Academic Discipline, Theoretical English Grammar, Lecture 5, Theories of English Case. The lecture is based on materials from a course in Theoretical English Grammar by Mark Bloch. Morphological category of nouns. Case is the immanent morphological category of the noun manifested in the forms of noun declension and showing the relations of the nounal referent to other objects and phenomena. Thus, the case form of the noun, or contrastedly, its case in the narrow sense. Правильно, contractedly. Правильно я говорил. Что я делаю, а? Последний раз. Academic Discipline, Theoretical English Grammar, Lecture 5, Theories of English Case. The lecture is based on materials from a course in Theoretical English Grammar by Mark Bloch. Morphological category of nouns. Case is the immanent morphological category of the noun manifested in the forms of noun declension and showing the relations of the nounal referent to other objects and phenomena. Thus, the case form of the noun, or contractedly its case in the narrow sense of the word, is a morphological declensional form. This category is expressed in English by the opposition of the form in apostrophized s. S is usually called the possessive case, or more traditionally the genitive case, to the unfeatured form of the noun, usually called the common case. The apostrophized s serves to distinguish in writing the singular noun in the genitive case from the plural noun in the common case. For example, the man's duty, the president's decision, Max's letter, the boy's ball, the clerk promotion, the empress's jewels. Genitive form. The genitive of the bulk of plural nouns remains phonetically unexpressed. The few exceptions concern only some of the irregular plurals. Thereby the apostrophe as the graphic sign of the genitive acquires the force of a sort of grammatical hieroglyph. The carpenter's tools, the maid's skates, the actress's dresses. Functionally, the forms of the English nouns designated as case forms relate to one another in an extremely peculiar way. The peculiarity is that the common form is absolutely indefinite from the semantic point of view, whereas the genitive form in its productive uses is restricted to the functions which have a parallel expression by prepositional constructions. Thus, the common form, as appears from the presentation, is also capable of rendering the genitive semantics, namely in contact and positional collocation, which makes the whole of the genitive case into a kind of subsidiary element in the grammatical system of the English noun. This feature stamps the English noun declension as something utterly different from every conceivable declension in principle. In fact, the inflectional oblique case forms as normally and imperatively expressing the immediate functional parts of the ordinary sentence in noun-declensional languages do not exist in English at all. Theory of positional cases. For special views advanced at various times by different scholars should be considered as successive stages in the analysis of this problem. The first view may be called the theory of positional cases. This theory is directly connected with the old grammatical tradition, and its traces can be seen in many contemporary textbooks for school in the English-speaking countries. Linguistic formulations of the theory with the various individual variations, the number of cases recognized, the terms used, the reasoning cited, may be found in the works of Nesfield, Deutschbein, Bryant, and other scholars. In accord with the theory of positional cases, the unchangeable forms of the noun are differentiated as different cases by virtue of the functional positions occupied by the noun in the sentence. Thus, the English noun, on the analogy of classical Latin grammar, would distinguish besides the inflectional genitive case also the non-inflectional and just purely positional cases, nominative, vocative, dative, and accusative. The inflectional cases of the noun are taken to be supported by the parallel inflectional cases of the personal pronouns. The nominative case subject to a verb, rain falls. The vocative case, address, are you coming, my friend? The dative case, indirect object to a verb, I gave John a penny. The accusative case, direct object and also object to a preposition, the man killed a rat. The earth is moistened by rain. Theory of prepositional cases. This theory connected with the old school grammar teaching and was advanced as a logical supplement to the positional view of the case. In accord with the prepositional theory, combinations of nouns with prepositions in certain object and attributive collocations should be understood as morphological case forms. To these belong first of all the dative case, to plus noun, for plus noun, and the genitive case of plus noun. These prepositions, according to Kern, are inflectional prepositions, i.e. grammatical elements equivalent to case forms. The would-be prepositional cases are generally taken by the scholars who recognize them as coexisting with positional cases together with the classical inflectional genitive completing the case system of the English noun. The prepositional theory, though somewhat better grounded than the positional theory, nevertheless can hardly pass a serious linguistic trial. As is well known from noun-declensional language, all the prepositions, and not only some of them, do require definite cases of nouns, prepositional case government. This fact, together with a mere semantic observation of the role of prepositions in the phrase, shows that any preposition by virtue of its functional nature stands in essentially the same general grammatical relations to nouns. It should follow from this that not only the of, to, and for phrases, but also all the other prepositional phrases in English must be regarded as analytical cases. As a result of such an approach, illogical redundancy in terminology would arise. Each prepositional phrase would bear then another additional name of prepositional case, the total number of the set cases running into dozens upon dozens without any gain either to theory or practice. Limited case theory. The third view of the English noun case recognizes a limited inflectional system of two cases in English, one of them featured and the other one unfeatured. This view may be called the limited case theory. The limited case theory is at present most broadly accepted among linguists both in this country and abroad. It was formulated by such scholars Sweet, Jasperson, and has since been radically developed by the Soviet scholars Smirnitsky, Barkhudarov, and others. The limited case theory in its modern presentation is based on the explicit oppositional approach to the recognition of grammatical categories. In the system of the English case, the functional mark is defined which differentiates the two case forms, the possessive or genitive form as the strong member of the categorical opposition and the common, or non-genitive form as the weak member of the categorical opposition. The opposition is shown as being effected in full with animate nouns, though a restricted use with inanimate nouns is also taken into account. The detailed functions of the genitive are specified with the help of semantic transformational correlations. Thank you for attention.